From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Monday morning. Hope you had an awesome weekend out there. The weather was fantastic once again, although the wind gusts did pick up on Sunday like we were anticipating. That did lead to wildfire that we'll talk about here in just a second. Another round of winds we're anticipating by Wednesday. Also, that could come along with some shower and thunderstorm chances. We're hoping that the rain chances are going to tamp down the fire threat. High temperatures last week mostly in the 80s. This week actually regressing a little bit, mostly in the 70s. Okay, we do have that alert day for Wednesday for the entire viewing area as gusts across the map once again could be anywhere between 35 to 65 miles per hour. The strongest wind gusts being in the Kittitas Valley. We'll have a lot more to say about that later in the show. Okay, this is the fire that we're tracking on the map for this morning, the Highway 24 fire that's burning in southern Grant County near Road 24 in Washington 24. It's 2,200 acres. We don't really have any word on containment with this one, but crews have been battling this one since last night. The winds in this portion of our viewing area still coming out of the north and west, although those gusts are only around 10 miles per hour at this point. It's very mild out there, 40s and 50s for lower elevations. Your coat cast for this Monday for the Tri-Cities going to be t-shirt weather after 10 a.m. So it'll be a beautiful day out there for today. A lot of that all throughout the week. We'll talk about that coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
And right now, a report of a possible handgun near two Richland schools triggered a temporary secure status Friday morning. But police say the item at the center of the investigation was something much different. New details are emerging after a deadly crash on George Washington Way in Richland. The crash shut down a major intersection and destroyed part of a city landmark. This morning, what we're learning about the investigation. And what started as a police call quickly escalated into a house fire in Kennewick. What investigators are still trying to figure out this morning. We'll have the very latest on these stories and much more next on Good Morning Northwest.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good Monday morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Wendy Redman. Your time is 5:02. New this morning, crews from multiple agencies responded to a wind-driven brush fire overnight, burning near Highway 24 just east of Mattawa. A little bit more information that Josh was just talking about moments ago. Authorities say the fire grew to an estimated 2,200 acres overnight. State Route 24 was shut down for several hours, a portion of it anyway, as crews worked to contain the fire. But the highway, we are told, has since reopened. Adams County and Franklin County crews both called in to help out with the response. Officials say the fire pushed up against the Wahluke Branch Canal overnight, but did not cross it. This is a developing story. Of course, we will keep you updated throughout the morning. Following up this morning, we're learning more about a deadly crash we first told you about Friday morning that shut down part of George Washington Way in Richland. Officers responded around 3:50 a.m. to a single vehicle crash near George Washington Way and Jadwin Avenue. Authorities say the vehicle was heavily damaged and the driver, 23-year-old Dylan Stills, sadly died at the scene. Traffic heading toward Kennewick on George Washington Way was closed for more than 4 hours. Jadwin Avenue also remained closed while city crews replaced a traffic pole and signal lights. The Welcome to Richland sign was also destroyed in the crash. Police have not yet said what may have caused it. Staying in Richland, where two schools were briefly placed in secure status Friday morning. This after reports of a man waving what appeared to be a handgun. Marcus Whitman Elementary School and Carmichael Middle School were placed in secure status while officers investigated near Thayer Drive and Duport Hale Street. Police later determined the item was in fact a black lighter shaped like a gun. The secure status was lifted a short time later, and officers confirmed there was no threat. New details this morning on the deadly Pasco crash that killed 2 people last month. The Franklin County Coroner's Office now confirms Drugs and alcohol were a factor. Washington State Patrol says April 30th, a pickup truck driven by 32-year-old Alex Lycon crossed the center line on Highway 395 north of the Blue Bridge and collided with an SUV. Both drivers were killed. The coroner's office says test results reveal dangerous substances were in play.
So the initial test, both urine and blood, tested positive for alcohol and cocaine. We have sent those off to the state lab, Washington State Lab, to get a verification of it.
The coroner's office says it will take up to 2 months before it gets results back from the state lab. First responders were called Friday morning after a small plane experienced engine trouble near Moses Lake. Crews responded to the 16,000 block of Road P.5 Northeast in the Black Rock area, about 16 miles northeast of Moses Lake. Officials say the plane was traveling from Spokane to Wenatchee when the engine failed. Authorities say the aircraft was safely lowered to the ground using the plane's onboard parachute system. The Grant County Sheriff's deputy and a Washington Department of Fish and Wildlife officer hiked to the scene and helped bring the pilot and passenger to safety. Officials say neither person was hurt. A Kennewick home caught fire Friday afternoon while police were actively responding to the home for a call. The Kennewick Fire Department says paramedics at the scene noticed smoke coming out of the 7th Avenue home, leading to more crews having to come in to put out the fire. KFD says nobody got hurt and the home will likely be ruled uninhabitable. The cause of the fire still under investigation.
We don't know for sure. Our fire investigators are at the scene. They're going to determine what the cause of the fire was and where it originated. There was some initial conversations amongst bystanders and neighbors that said there may have been a candle involved, but we've not been able to verify that.
We also reached out to the Kennewick Police Department to learn why officers were originally sent to the home. We are still working to get a response. Your time is 5:07. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, new concerns this morning after an American passenger evacuated from a cruise ship tests positive for hantavirus. Now, how the U.S. is responding and the growing questions surrounding the outbreak. The latest details on the other side of the break. And man, oh man, look at this gorgeous shot this morning out of Yakima. The sun is rising and we have some beautiful days in store coming up. Josh is going to talk about just how warm we'll get after the break.
If you think Dee Dee likes to rough it out here in the wilds of Washington,
then you'd be wrong. You see, Legends is where I like to roll.
yep, Dee Dee and her beau know that Legends is the best place to stay and play this side of Mount Adams. Legends Casino Hotel. Because fun is how we roll.
At Brett's RV and Marine Pasco, we're celebrating and you're invited. Join us Saturday, May 9th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for our grand opening. Come see the newly updated dealership, meet our adventure experts, and enjoy a great day with free gourmet hot dogs from Doggy Style Gourmet, cotton candy from Sugar Swirl, plus s'mores, games, and prizes. Meet Cinderella, Belle, and Rapunzel. Enjoy prize drawings and take advantage of special pricing on all RVs and boats. Learn more at brettsrv.com.
Summer's here, and with the new Toyota, you can do all the things that make summer, summer. Take a Grand Highlander and go root for the home team. Send newlyweds off in a Camry. Congrats.
Thanks.
Or catch some waves with a RAV4. Still got it.
Right now, lease a new 2026 Camry for $299 a month. Or lease a new 2026 Corolla for $219 a month.
Your summer starts here. That limbo.
Toyota, let's go places.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
I could reward myself for 75 years of excellence, but I'm rewarding you instead with a collectible pin inside every surprise cup and a chance to win $75,000. Every cup's a winner. Get it with my Smash Jack Sliders Munchie Meal. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
It all comes down to this.
The 4-night finale event begins Tuesday.
TV characters 1,500, and I better be up there.
Who will be crowned champion?
Come on. I knew it!
Celebrity Jeopardy All-Stars 4-night finale event begins Tuesday on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. After last week in which we were primarily in the 80s, this week we're primarily going to be in the 70s, but that is not a hard and fast rule, as there are going to be some ebbs and flows to that. Okay, here's your day planner forecast for this Monday for the Yakima Valley. Going to be around 70 by lunchtime, closer to 75, if not a little bit warmer than that, for the warmest part of the day with lots of sunshine out there. So for today, we'll be around 80 for both the Tri-Cities, a little bit closer, like I said, to 75 in Yakima, around 75 in Ellensburg, and for the Bluefoot Hills, but around that 80-degree threshold for places like Hermiston, Sunnyside, and up towards Hanford Reach. Okay, like I said, ebbs and flows to the temperatures all throughout this week. So by tomorrow in the Yakima Valley, 85, that's going to be 12 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year, but then it's going to be a descent after that. And by Saturday, we'll have a hard time making it out of the mid-60s. That's going to be 6 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. Okay, the UV index will be high for today on a scale from 1 to 11. We're going to be at a 7, so that means that your skin could burn within 15 to 25 minutes if you don't have on sunscreen. So be sure that the sunscreen you're wearing is at least SPF 30 and that you're at least reapplying it every 2 hours. Okay, in addition to that, pollen count's going to be medium high over the next couple of days, but then dropping down into that medium category for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, with rain and thunderstorm chances picking up. Also, the winds picking up. That could definitely have something to say when it comes to fire danger. So I'll have a lot more to say about all that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you so much, Josh. This morning, American health officials are responding after a passenger evacuated from a cruise ship tested positive for hantavirus. Another passenger is also showing mild symptoms after being flown back to the U.S. overnight from Spain. The group was transported using special biocontainment procedures as officials work to limit possible exposure. ABC's Lionel Moise has the very latest.
This morning, the Department of Health and Human Services confirming an American passenger has now tested positive for the virus, and another is showing mild symptoms. They were among the 17 Americans on the cruise ship who were placed on an evacuation flight heading back to the U.S. overnight from Spain. Officials say the two were traveling in the plane's biocontainment units out of an abundance of caution. ABC's Maggie Rulli in Spain.
You can see they're having small groups being ferried back and forth. They're all dressed in that full-length protective blue gear.
The Americans headed to this facility in Nebraska. The passenger who tested positive will be taken to a specialized biocontainment unit. The others will go to the National Quarantine Unit for assessment and monitoring. The CDC has previously said there will be no mandatory quarantine for the people not showing hantavirus symptoms. They'll be allowed to either go home and self-monitor for 42 days or stay at the quarantine center. And growing questions about the CDC's role in containing the outbreak following the Trump administration laying off 2,400 workers.
But it is atypical to have so much quiet from CDC and really letting another organization be the voice that Americans are listening to.
The acting director on CNN pushing back.
They didn't see what the CDC has been doing, right? So we are in touch with the WHO. We're in touch with the international health organizations.
The cruise traveled to remote areas, including Tristan da Cunha, an island of about 200 people. British paratroopers seen here parachuting with medics and supplies after a suspected case of hantavirus was confirmed there.
Authorities in France also confirm a French passenger on the ship experienced symptoms during their flight home. They're now under observation. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, we have another check of your weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth. As you get your Monday started, he does need to talk about some chances of thunderstorms when those may hit the area after the break.
pains and a cough, little things wipe you out, you can't shake it off. It might be long COVID. You got chills, rainfall, depression, fever, can't smell, taste. Could be long COVID. One more time.
It's almost time for Lucky Number Tuesday at Bi-Mart. Thousands will win a Sterilite 20-quart storage box just by matching their ending number this Tuesday. Plus, buy one for just $3.49 with Tuesday-only pricing. Match your entire number, and you'll win other great items, including Mega Masters Tabletop Gas Grill. Make sure your favorite Bi-Mart is marked as your home store, making it possible for you to win with your entire number. Thousands win every Tuesday on Lucky Number Tuesday, only at Bi-Mart.
Max, go get the ball. Go get the ball, Max.
When you're ready for more space to play and more peace and quiet, Numerica has flexible home loans so you can get more for what you love. Find your more with Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
We're here for those who build America. Those who believe that giving everything we've got today will pay off tomorrow. Who will drive America forward for 250 years to come. If that's who you are, you should pay what we pay.
Now get employee pricing across a full lineup of Ford trucks and SUVs. Employee pricing. You pay what we pay. Only from your local Ford dealer.
Injured in a car crash? The insurance company can sure make you feel small. And their offer makes you feel even smaller. Call me, attorney Mariano Morales. When you choose the heavy hitter, you get big help and big results. Does that insurance company make you feel small? Tell them you got the heavy hitter and watch how big you feel. Injured in a car wreck? Big thanks. Get big help. Call me.
The heavy hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
This newscast sponsored by Multicare Yakima Memorial Hospital. Excellence you can trust. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. After a long stretch of dry weather, we're finally getting some rain chances back into the mix, but unfortunately those are coming along with some thunderstorm chances as well. See this big, beautiful swirl off in the Pacific. This is the storm system that eventually will bring us said shower and thunderstorm chances. So we put all this into motion with Futurecast satellite and radar, and there's not going to be much on the radar at all for today and for much of Tuesday as well. But then as we head into the evening hours on Tuesday, you see some of that moisture streaming in from the south, and that's going to be a little preface to what we'll see, a little precursor, what we'll see by the time we get to Wednesday. Okay, here are some of the precip chances over the next 7 days for the Tri-Cities. See about a 30% chance of rain with some thunder in the mix for Wednesday, and we could maybe have a smaller chance of that by the time we get to Saturday. Okay, the storm system for Wednesday, though, is multifaceted, not just bringing chances for showers and thunderstorms, but also bringing big-time wind gusts to the entire viewing area, gusts anywhere between 35 to 65 miles per hour. Once again, as it's been now for the past couple weeks, the worst of the winds are going to be in the Kittitas Valley, gusts anywhere between 60 to 65 miles per hour. But look at the Tri-Cities in Hermiston, Pendleton, and Walla Walla. We're talking gusts up around 40, 50 miles per hour, 35 to 40 miles per hour in the Yakima Valley. And the vegetation dryness at this point still looks like it's going to be very dry, but we'll see how the rainfall factors into this. I think that it should limit the fire potential. It's not going to go down to zero, but just in case, here's how to prep for wildfires. Create that defensible space around your home, harden your home altogether, plan evacuation routes, and prep that go bag. Hey, the first large fire of the season just sparked up last night in Grant County. So just kind of, I think that underscores where we're at in regards to fire season. Of course, you can see day by day, hour by hour, forecast for temperatures, wind gusts, precip chances, all by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app, free in the App Store or on Google Play. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Around 90 degrees by Tuesday. The midweek storm system will do a real number to our temperatures after that. In Yakima, winds picking up on Wednesday with a small chance of thunderstorms, maybe another chance on Saturday. For Ellensburg, many rounds of strong winds this week, but we're mostly concerned about the round on Wednesday. We'll have more to say about those other rounds later in the week. For Hermiston, winds and rain chances going up midweek as temperatures go down. And finally, for Walla Walla, a small chance of a thunderstorm on Tuesday, but a much better chance of showers and thunderstorms by Wednesday.
All right, Josh. Well, while we have been experiencing a little bit of dry weather here, crews in South Florida are battling a massive wildfire burning across parts of the Everglades. Take a look at this incredible video. Do you see this thing? It is huge. Multiple agencies responded over the weekend to fires stretching from Broward County to Florida City. Officials say one fire had burned nearly 4,800 acres as of this morning and was just 20% contained.
Firefighters from several agencies continued working to protect nearby communities as smoke moved toward residential areas. The fires also led to road closures impacting travel in and out of the Florida Keys.
Oh my goodness, just very scary and very frightening for anybody living anywhere near that. I was reading reports of one woman who was saying that she felt like there was no way that she could leave because the fire was blocking her from being able to get to the dirt road that she needed to access in order to leave. So it's very important that you always heed the warnings ahead of time, right?
Yes, absolutely. Around here, that level 2 evacuation is so important. That's when you have to be packed, ready to leave at a moment's notice, because when they come knocking on your door for the level 3, you don't have any more time to pack up.
It's just go.
Yes.
All right, Josh, thank you so much. Well, straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, from superheroes and animated favorites to long-awaited sequels and major franchise returns, this summer, theaters are preparing for a packed lineup as some of Hollywood's biggest titles are set to hit the big screen over the next few months. This morning, we're taking a look at the movies expected to draw big crowds this summer. You won't want to miss it after the break.
Maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
At Bruce Heating and Air, your comfort is our business. With over 30 years of professional HVAC experience for residential and commercial properties, you can rest assured your heating and air system is in good hands. In addition to providing quality heating, air conditioning, ventilation, and installation services, Bruce Heating and Air also houses a full-service sheet metal fabrication shop.
Now through July 31st, receive rebates up to $1,400 off on a new Daikin Fit system when paired with an eligible Daikin ductless system at Bruce Heating and Air.
This is our new home.
Mission Control, engine lock. Call you after.
I'll be right next to you.
At Warrior Sisterhood, Christy makes sure no one fights alone. Her survivor spirit is helping other women find their magic.
The magic is when they get together and they're having those conversations, things that they don't want to talk about with their families or friends because it's tough. That's kind of where the magic is.
To honor her dedication, STCU and Apple Valley News Now are awarding Christy $1,000 for Warrior Sisterhood.
To nominate someone, click on Volunteers Count at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Here's your reminder about the Working Families Tax Credit, a refund of up to $1,330 back for all qualified workers in Washington, not just families. Get help at www.workingfamiliescredit.wa.gov.
The Y Card, a powerful resource for former Hanford and DOE employees. If you worked in the area and have come down with cancer, lung disease, Parkinson's, or renal failure, you may be eligible for financial compensation and healthcare services. A simple phone call can get the process started. Atomic Home Health. Don't wait. Call today.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to be their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariana Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In entertainment this morning, the summer movie season is getting ready to take off with some of Hollywood's biggest franchises returning to the big screen.
Yeah, from Star Wars and superheroes to animated favorites and long-awaited sequels, studios are rolling out packed lineups over the next few months.
They certainly are, and whether you're looking for action, comedy, or family films, there's a little bit of everything heading to theaters this summer. This morning, Rick Damigella has a preview of what's coming.
This isn't about revenge. It's about preventing another war.
The Force may be strong Memorial Day weekend as The Mandalorian and Grogu drop out of hyperspace and into cinemas.
I now pronounce you husband and knife.
June looks to be the busiest month at the movies, with Toy Story 5 among the high-profile releases. It's joined by Masters of the Universe, horror comedy Scary Movie, Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day, and the next movie in the DC universe, Supergirl.
The Minions are back with a touch of mystery.
Buddy. Hello. The Minions head back to theaters in July in Minions and Monsters. The 7th month on the calendar will also see the release of the live-action Moana remake, along with Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey and Spider-Man Brand New Day, marking the first MCU movie release in a year.
Have you been horribly injured by a product made by the Acme Corporation?
It's not your fault. Fans of Wile E. Coyote Super Genius won't have to wait much longer for the courtroom comedy Coyote vs. Acme, which arrives at the end of August. Other big screen fare opening in August include Super Troopers 3 and the animated adventure Paw Patrol the Dino Movie. Getting reserved seats, extra popcorn, and enjoying the air conditioning in Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
And enjoying the air conditioning. Yes, that is a great way to enjoy the air conditioning, that's for sure. Man, it seems like so many great movies are heading to theaters, and it just blows my mind how many of them are just continuing franchises.
I know, you got Toy Story 5 there.
How are we at 5 already?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably should have stopped at 2, but am I going to go see it for nostalgia's sake? Yes.
Yes.
I will.
See, then they shouldn't have stopped at 2. I remember back in the day when people would say, "Oh, it's a sequel coming out. It's not going to be any good," and now that's what we get.
And now we get Fast and Furious 15. So this is the world we live in now.
It sure is. All right, still ahead on Good Morning Northwest. Firefighters in Umatilla County are shifting into wildfire mode as temperatures begin to rise. Crews say preparation and specialized equipment are critical this time of year. This morning, we'll see how they're getting ready and what they're prioritizing this fire season. Plus, big plans are taking shape in Zillah. A public market and sports complex could reshape the area in the coming years. We'll break down more about what exactly is being proposed and how you can weigh in. Those stories and more, but first, your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, OpenAI is being sued over last year's deadly shooting at Florida State University. The family of one of the 2 people killed says ChatGPT allegedly gave the shooter information such as how to load a gun and how the country would react to a mass shooting. OpenAI says the information was widely available. Users of the Whoop fitness tracker will soon have access to on-demand video consultations with licensed clinicians. They start this summer. Whoop is also adding support for electronic health record syncing so those specialists can pull up your medical history. And pop star Dua Lipa is suing Samsung for $15 million. The lawsuit claims the company used her image to sell TVs without her consent, and it says Samsung was dismissive when she repeatedly asked them to stop. So far, no response from Samsung. Those are your Tech Bites. I'm Sophie Flay. Have a great day.
I promise to love you, to feed you the food you deserve.
Blue Buffalo started with a promise to our dog Blue to feed him the highest quality ingredients and help him live the best life possible. It's a promise that lives on in every bowl you fill for your pets.
I promise to be your best friend forever.
Love them like family, feed them like family. This National Pet Month, earn up to $4 back on Blue dog treats through Ibotta, and we'll donate to Best Friends Animal Society.
Even if your teen's been vaccinated in the past, they could still be missing vaccination against certain groups of meningitis. The bacteria can spread through certain everyday behaviors, like sharing lip gloss. Is your teen missing any meningitis vaccinations? Ask their doctor today.
Oh, what is that musty smell?
Oh, damp.
Damn. Oh, damn.
Hey, language.
Damp Rid traps excess moisture to eliminate musty smells. Get rid of the damp with Damp Rid.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning. Hoping your Monday is off to a great start. I was going to talk about Mother's Day coming up. Thank you for joining us on Good Morning Northwest. I'm Wendy Redman, gathering my thoughts this morning. Let's start off with Chief Meteorologist Josh Culbreth. Josh, back to Mother's Day. I hope everybody had a great Mother's Day yesterday. It seems like Mom got some pretty nice weather as well.
Yeah, the temperatures were awesome. We saw a decent amount of sunshine out there as well. But hey, guess what? More wind slated for Wednesday. Also could have some shower and thunderstorm chances in the mix by then as well. Fingers crossed that the rain tamps down fire concerns. And if you look past that, highs mostly in the 70s for this week as opposed to the 80s that we had for last week. So the alert day for Wednesday, because of the gust, anywhere between 35 to 65 miles per hour across the map. Fire and blowing dust concerns, but mostly just concerned about the winds themselves. Hey, speaking of the winds, we do have this wind-driven fire that's burning in southern Grant County right now near Road 24 and Washington 24. It's to the east of Mattawa, and it's 2,200 acres. Don't have much word on containment, although per watch duty, per dispatch traffic, it does look like some of those some resources have been lifted from that area. The winds continue to be out of the north and west, the gust around 10 miles per hour in said area. Temperatures 40s and 50s for lower elevations, feeling pretty mild out there. Your coat cast for this Monday for the Yakima Valley. Gonna have light jacket weather up until about lunchtime. After that, all t-shirt weather. A beautiful day. We'll have highs getting up into the 70s, lots of sunshine. And again, we'll continue to keep the highs in the 70s over the next 7 days, but there are going to be some ups and downs to that, which I'll talk about coming up in a few minutes.
Sounds good, Josh. We begin this half hour in Oregon, where fire crews in Umatilla County are preparing for wildfire season. With summer fast approaching, Umatilla County Fire District 1 says wildfire readiness is now a major focus across the district. The district covers more than 200 square miles, meaning crews have to be ready to respond quickly, often working with other local and state agencies when large fires ignite. Officials say they prioritize specialized equipment like brush rigs and interface engines designed to handle both structure and wildland fires. They also rely on strategic staffing to make sure coverage is never lost, even during major incidents.
We will backfill stations. So say there's, a large fire like the Cold Springs fire that's happening, and it's requiring all of our staff that are on shift that day to go fight that fire. We'll backfill with additional staffing to come in and staff those additional stations.
Officials say this approach allows them to respond to wildfires while still protecting the community from other emergencies at the same time. Staying in eastern Oregon, the city of Hermiston is continuing to invest in parks and recreation projects across the community. Hermiston Parks and Rec is moving forward with several projects across the city right now. That includes adding a new playground and basketball court at Horizon Park and developing Sherman Park with new trails, picnic areas, and a small dog park called Jack Rabbit Run. Officials also point to the recently completed Good Shepherd Pickleball Complex as an example of how the city is expanding recreational options while keeping up with community growth.
Having green parks, shaded parks, parks with amenities is important because it's another place. It's another sense of place they can be at. Find the community, find friends, find people that they don't know.
City leaders say continuing to invest in parks helps build a stronger, more connected community. Two schools in the Richland School District are being recognized at the state level for their performance in the classroom. Leona Libby Middle and Tapt Hill Elementary are being honored by the Washington School Recognition Program. placing them among the top schools in the state for student growth. Leona Libby Middle School earned recognition for growth among low-income students, while Taptil Elementary was recognized for improvements among students in racial and ethnic groups. School leaders say a big part of that success comes from a school-wide focus on teaching strategies that support all learners, including more engaging lessons, collaboration, and regularly tracking student progress.
If everything is being done the way that it should be, you're looking at it sometimes even daily, like you have some type of formative assessment that you're doing. It could be really small, and you're taking a quick look at that. And did what I do today make a difference? Did our kids understanding what I wanted them to get? Did they meet the learning target?
District leaders say that daily focus, along with a team effort from staff, is helping to improve outcomes for students across both schools. U.S. Senator Patty Murray visited the Yakima Valley last week to meet with leaders at Yakima Neighborhood Health Services. Murray toured the facility and discussed the organization's work, providing medical care, behavioral health services, and housing support across the Yakima Valley. The visit followed the announcement of more than $170,000 in federal funding for the organization's Continuum of Care program, which supports people experiencing homelessness. Another community in the Yakima Valley is also looking ahead, this time with plans focused on tourism and economic growth. City leaders in Zillah want to build a Yakima Valley public market on city-owned land along Vantage Valley Parkway. The year-round market would give local farmers, wineries, breweries, and artisans a place to sell their products. A nearby sports complex also planned as part of the city's vision for the area. Officials say the projects are designed to help attract visitors while supporting local businesses.
The vision is to create a single spot that will connect our wine growers and our beer producers and our farmers, our partners over there at the Yakima Nation, and any other businesses that want to take place and actually sell goods in the marketplace.
City leaders say they're now looking for community input as both projects move into the design phase. Your time is 5:37. Coming up on Good Morning Northwest, concerns over lead exposure are raising new questions about products many families use every day. From toys to cookware, more people are turning to at-home test kits for answers. That's why Consumer Reports tested 11 popular home lead kits, and coming up, we'll break down what they found. Also ahead, Josh coming back with a look at your forecast. Just a beautiful sunrise out there to start off your Monday morning, but just how warm will the weather get? Josh is talking about your high temperatures when we come back.
It all comes down to this.
The 4-night finale event begins Tuesday.
TV characters 1,500, and I better be up there. Who will be crowned champion? Come on. I knew it!
Celebrity Jeopardy All-Stars 4-night finale event begins Tuesday on ABC.
We're here for those who build America. If that's who you are, you value what we value, and you should pay what we pay.
Your time is a luxury. Let your lawn reflect it. Perfection Lawn Care is your private grounds team obsessed with detail. Crisp lines, lush turf, and preventive care that stays ahead of every weed and worry. We take on the heavy work and the fine details, season after season, so you don't have to. Choose a tailored package, come home to perfection, and never lift a finger. Perfection Lawn Care. Elevate your curb appeal. We'll take it from here.
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. We take pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable deals. Right now, you could save big with up to $3,200 in utility and cool cash rebates available this spring. At Total Energy Management, we will ensure your house is the perfect temperature year-round. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
My mind felt hazy and gray. I couldn't follow conversations.
It was like I was in a fog. I was sleeping way too much. I was missing out on activities with my family. I felt underwater. Now I know it was depression. Recognizing my symptoms and finding support helped me manage it. Learn more about your symptoms at seehowifeel.org.
Attention viewers. Good News Today, produced by Richland Lutheran Church, airing Sundays at 9 a.m., will be airing this Saturday at 5:30 a.m. Good News Today will resume its regularly scheduled time on Sunday, May 24th.
This is something that I've been dreaming about.
I want to be a singer.
And I believe
I can do it.
Being here just means the entire world to me.
You were born to sing.
Sponsored locally by Prosser Memorial House Dermatology Center in Benton City.
We're here for those who build America. If that's who you are, you value what we value, and you should pay what we pay.
It's Idol's grand finale. Keela.
Your growth is inspirational.
Hannah.
You're absolutely amazing.
Jordan.
The best voice I've ever heard.
Who will be your next American Idol?
Grand finale live tonight on ABC and Disney+.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Our high temperatures are going to be mostly in the 70s over these next 7 days. There are going to be a few exceptions to that, but for today, we will be in the 70s. In fact, pretty close to 80 degrees, but we're going to be around 70 by lunchtime in the Tri-Cities and then closer to 80 for the warmest part of the day. Let's go ahead and take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. We start off in the Cascades. We're going to be up into the 60s and 70s. Partly cloudy skies. Will be mostly sunny, if not completely sunny, in the Kittitas Valley. Highs around 75 in Ellensburg. Then for the Yakima Valley, we'll span anywhere from 77 to 80. Lots of sunshine here, lots of sunshine in the lower Columbia Basin as well. Officially, I'm going with a forecast high of 80 in the Tri-Cities. Then for the Blue Foothills, mid to upper 70s, a lot of 75s on the map. And then for the highest elevations of the Blue Mountains, we're looking at 60s and 70s, 75 for Ukiah and far southern Umatilla County. Okay, here are the forecast highs over the next 7 days for the Tri-Cities. You see, Tuesday going to be pushing 90 degrees. At that point, will be nearly 15 degrees warmer than normal for this time of the year, but substantially cooler by Wednesday. And we'll continue to cool things off, having a hard time even making it to 70 degrees by the time we get to Saturday. That's going to be 7 degrees cooler than normal for this time of the year. And that big drop off in temperatures is going to be due to this storm system bringing up winds, bringing up shower and thunderstorm chances. We'll talk about all that coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Turning to a consumer report now with concerns about lead popping up in everything from toys to cookware. Many people are looking for quick ways to check for it in their homes. For some people, that means using a do-it-yourself lead test kit. But do they actually work? And are they reliable? Consumer Reports put nearly a dozen popular kits to the test to find out.
Cookware, spices, protein powders, even faucets. Recent headlines about lead showing up in everyday products may have you wondering what in your home could be a concern.
A lot of people are concerned about lead in their home, vintage dishes or vintage toys.
Consumer Reports safety experts noticed more people filing complaints with the Consumer Product Safety Commission after home test kits flagged toys and other household items for possible lead. That raised a big question. How accurate are these kits? CR put 11 of the most popular DIY lead kits to the test.
Pretty much all of the test kits did very well in clearly detecting high levels of lead. Lower levels that could still be potentially harmful, the test kits didn't do as well.
In some cases, the kits failed to detect lead in a toy known to contain it.
That shows us that if you get a negative test kit result, you might still potentially have a problem.
What can parents do then to reduce their kids' lead exposure? A good place to start is to avoid vintage toys, cribs, and painted furniture. Newer toys are generally safer thanks to stricter regulations enacted after 2008. If you're concerned about something in your home, Consumer Reports says the safest option is to send it to a certified lab to have it professionally tested, or simply keep it away from kids. This is David Fazekas.
Consumer Reports reached out to all 11 test kit manufacturers. Many of them said their products are meant for a quick initial screening, not as a substitute for professional lab testing. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, we have your morning sprint. Everything you need to know before you head out the door on this Monday morning here at 5:45 in the morning. Here is a live look from Pasco. A big question though, do you need to get ready for some thunderstorm chances? Josh talks about when and where we could see those next.
Here in the Valley, caring for what matters most is simply a part of who we are. Because women's health isn't just one moment in life, it's every chapter. Preventative screenings and care designed for women at every stage of life. From first visits to motherhood and beyond, thoughtful care from the people who call this valley home. We're here for every step along the way. Start your journey today at kvhealthcare.org, your home for women's health.
Life happens. Lucky for you, the new ICCU Central Plus checking account comes with benefits, including cell phone protection.
Wait, through my ICCU checking account?
That's right. Along with a whole lot of other benefits you might need. Because being human is a full-time job.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery, Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
When working, take breaks. Maybe go for a walk or get around and move a bit because taking care of your mental health is vitally important. More at AppleValleyNewsNow.com.
Mental health services at Prosser Memorial Health's primary care clinics. Visit prosserhealth.org.
Good things come to those who order my Much Better deals for $4.99. Choose between a Junior Jumbo Jack meal or Junior Chicken Sandwich meal. Some say be the change. I say keep the change. Visit Jack for a chance to win $75K. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're going to be dry for today and mostly for tomorrow as well, but then those rain and thunderstorm chances picking up by the time we get to Wednesday, and it is because of this big, beautiful swirl, this mid-latitude cyclone that's off in the Pacific right now, and this is what's going to end up being the catalyst for both our rain and thunderstorm chances. So let's put all this into motion with Futurecast satellite and radar, and you see not much on the map at all for today or tomorrow, but after 5 p.m., that's when we're starting to see some of this moisture streaming in from the south, and these could also be some thunderstorms as well, and that's a little precursor to more of the action that we're going to have as we head into Wednesday. Okay, here's some of those precip chances over the next 7 days for the Yakima Valley. See about a 30% chance of precip with some thunderstorms in the mix on Wednesday, looking even drier by the time we get to Saturday, but that's still 5 days out, so that is subject to change. Okay, with this storm system that's going to pass this midweek, it's a multifaceted storm system. I think the biggest concern will be the winds. Gusts anywhere between 35 to 65 miles per hour across the map. Yes, there will be a fire and blowing dust concern as well. I think the rainfall should help out with those efforts, but in terms of the wind gusts for Wednesday, see peak gusts anywhere between 60 to 65 miles per hour in the Kittitas Valley, but we're looking at some 40, 50 mile per hour gusts for the basin, for the foothills, 35 to 40 miles per hour in the Yakima Valley. And vegetation dryness still going to be very dry. That level 3 out of 5. We'll see how this fire field data comes in later this week with some of the rainfall in the forecast. But just know that we are concerned about fires and blowing dust, but mostly we're concerned about spotty power outages, down tree limbs, and just the winds themselves. The winds alone in a vacuum for Wednesday. Okay, here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Around 90 by Tuesday. The midweek storm system will do a real number to our temperatures. In Yakima, winds picking up on Wednesday with a small chance of thunderstorms, maybe another chance on Saturday. Then for Ellensburg, many rounds of strong winds this week, but we're mostly concerned about the round on Wednesday. For Hermiston, winds and rain chances going up midweek as temperatures go down. And then for Walla Walla, a small chance of a thunderstorm on Tuesday, but a much better chance of showers and thunderstorms by Wednesday.
Now, the morning sprint.
We begin with the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Crews from multiple agencies responded overnight to a large wind-driven brush fire burning near Highway 24 east of Mattawa. Officials say the fire grew to an estimated 2,200 acres as firefighters worked through the night. Adams and Franklin County crews were both called in to help out with the response. Authorities say the fire pushed up against the Wahluke Branch Canal but did not cross it. State Route 24, the section of it that was closed, has since reopened as crews continue monitoring the area. Police are continuing to investigate a deadly single vehicle crash that shut down part of George Washington Way in Richland. Officers say the crash happened at Jadwin Avenue Friday morning and left the vehicle heavily damaged. The driver, 23-year-old Dylan Stills, died at the scene. Roads in the area were closed for several hours while crews repaired damaged traffic infrastructure. Authorities have not yet said what caused the crash. First responders were called near Moses Lake after a small plane experienced some engine trouble during a flight from Spokane to Wenatchee on Friday. Officials say the aircraft safely reached the ground using its onboard parachute system. A deputy and fish and wildlife officer hiked to the scene to help the pilot and passenger. Authorities say neither person was hurt. A Kennewick home caught fire while police were already there actively responding to the property. This was Friday afternoon. Officials say paramedics at the scene noticed smoke coming from the home, leading to more firefighters being called in. Thankfully, we're told nobody was hurt in the fire. Investigators say the home will likely be considered uninhabitable. The cause still under investigation. Fire crews in Umatilla County say wildfire preparedness is now a major focus as summer approaches. The district covers more than 200 square miles and often works with local and state agencies during large fires. Officials say specialized equipment and strategic staffing help crews respond quickly while still covering other emergencies. They say the goal is to stay prepared as wildfire season approaches. In your national headlines this morning, federal investigators are looking into a deadly incident involving a Frontier Airlines plane at Denver International Airport. Officials say a person crossed onto the runway and was struck during takeoff Friday night. Passengers reported hearing a loud impact before the plane stopped. 12 people reported minor injuries during the evacuation. The FAA and airport officials are continuing to investigate. China confirmed President Trump will visit the country later this week. The trip includes meetings with the Chinese president in Beijing. The visit comes as tensions continue over trade and the conflict involving Iran. The U.S. Treasury Secretary also expected to attend meetings during the summit. In your business headlines, a dog food recall is impacting pet owners nationwide. So take a look at your screen right here. Albright's Raw Pet Food is recalling one of its chicken recipe for dogs' packages here over possible salmonella contamination. No illnesses have been reported. Consumers are being told not to feed the product to pets, though, and to throw away any unused food. The company says refunds are available. In health headlines, more than 100 people have gotten sick during a norovirus outbreak on a Princess cruise ship. The CDC says 102 passengers and 13 crew members reported symptoms aboard the Caribbean Princess. Cruise officials say sick passengers were isolated while crews increased cleaning and sanitizing efforts across the ship. The vessel departed from Fort Lauderdale late last month and is scheduled to return today. Millions of Americans using GLP-1 medications are changing the way they shop and eat. A new report says retailers and restaurants are already adjusting to shifting consumer habits. Experts say shoppers may buy less snack foods and look for different clothing sizes and menu options. Analysts say spending is expected to continue, but on different products. Talking sports now, the Seattle Mariners lost 2-1 to the Chicago White Sox Sunday, dropping the 3-game series. The White Sox rallied late with the game tying home run before scoring the winning run in the 8th inning. Logan Gilbert struck out 9 over 6 scoreless innings for Seattle. The Mariners now head to Houston to begin a 4-game series against the Astros. Longtime Atlanta Braves manager Bobby Cox died at the age of 84. Cox led the Braves to 14 straight division titles and a World Series championship in 1995. He finished his career with more than 2,500 wins, the 4th most in baseball history. The Hall of Fame manager had battled health issues in recent years. Trending this morning, a cyber attack temporarily shut down Canvas, an online classroom platform used by schools and universities across the country.
I forgot about Canvas, but I used Canvas in college.
Did you?
Oh, this is a flashback. Okay?
Oh my goodness.
Well, this particular outage came during final exam season, prompting one college student to plead online for hackers to let her download her study materials first.
Please, hackers.
And to the people that hack Canvas, if y'all could unhack it for like 5 minutes, 2 at best, 2 minutes is all I need. I just need to go in there and take a picture of my final review.
Please. Canvas says the platform is now back online after the disruption. I never used that. That wasn't a thing yet.
Interesting.
For me. So how big of a deal would this be?
It would be a big deal.
It would be a big deal,
yeah. But I like her negotiating tactic of 5 minutes. You know what? 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
It's so reasonable.
Yeah, just long enough to take a picture.
Yeah. How could you not cut a deal with her? Come on.
All right, well, your time is 5:57. Up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6 o'clock, U.S. Senator Patty Murray visited the Yakima Valley to discuss housing and health services. The visit followed a new round of federal funding announcements. This morning, we're breaking down what the money is expected to support. Plus, 2 schools in the Richland School District are earning statewide recognition. Why they're earning those top honors and what's behind the success. Josh?
Yeah, we have some beautiful weather on tap for today and Tuesday, and then the winds picking back up for Wednesday. Could that bring up fire concerns? Also, could that bring up thunderstorm chances? We'll talk about all that coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.